Hey, Jason Fladland here, and welcome to the flagship product module. The purpose of this module is, first of all, to make you famous. Not exactly famous in the same way that most celebrities that we all know around the world are famous, but famous in the sense of when people think of a certain concept or idea, they should think of you or your business unit that you represent. So the reason behind this is if you can take this position and then figure out a way to not only take it but allow you to defend it indefinitely and expand upon it indefinitely, you, my friend, can have a lever to pull that produces ridiculous wealth that most people can only dream of. Even people that are somewhat successful can never break through to this level because they don't have a flagship product backing them like you will. Also, the purpose here is to break down the concept of what I call 95-99. I always laugh. I can immediately tell if somebody has a misunderstanding of the 80-20 rule because they think that these two numbers need to add up to 100. 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts, or vice versa. 80% of your efforts only produce 20% of your results. Now, the reason why mathematically in general that's the pattern that it adheres to, but it's just a coincidence that it adds to 100 because 80% of your results can come from 1% of your efforts potentially in some situations and some circumstances, right? And so I call this the 95-99 rule, which is 95% of your effort produces 99% results. And here's what the nuances within that. If most people are only getting 80% results, because most people are only putting in 20% of the efforts. Now, by the way, there's three levels here. The first level is people that don't put in the appropriate effort to get any result. So it's not that they don't put in effort, they just don't put in the appropriate effort. But the second level here is those that think they're doing good, that maybe come and go, that think they're at the top, but they're really not at the top. They are pretty efficient, whether they know it or not, at the 80-20 rule, meaning that they are really good at getting 80% of the result of any situation. Now, what's interesting is in marketing, in any place that has markets, getting 80% of the market and everybody else is getting 80% of the market, which usually happens, then it's a drag race. You're fighting tooth and nail to try to acquire customers. But if you get a 95-99 situation, you just win so unfairly that it isn't even funny because you're going to be able to attract all the extra customers that are falling through the cracks that nobody else is getting. Now, you can't do 95-99 all the time. Most of the time, you're going to have to play the 80-20. So picking and choosing when to go all in, so to speak, that's the flagship product that you will build to and get to eventually. Simplicity. If you have the correct basket, you should put almost all your eggs into it. Because otherwise, how many baskets do you want to take care of? And how many baskets do you want to count? And how many baskets do you want to carry? And are you going to be shuffling your eggs all about from basket to basket and you might end up breaking them, right? There is incredible advantage on having something that nobody else in the market can match or want to ever decide to try to match it. And that is what the flagship product is. Lastly, here is legacy. This is the surest thing that you can do to create and protect virtually endless wealth. So then you can decide upon your terms. You don't have to continue to work to try to get a certain amount of money. You could say, listen, I've created something that's everlasting, that exceeds me personally, that is so powerful other people can run it whenever I choose them to run it. And those are some of the things that the flagship product represents. And the purpose here is to get you to those eventually in your business.